The spirit of a lizard is seated before you, weeping profusely. She looks up at you, moist-eyed.
God-woken. Can it be true? Am I dead?
The mask of sorrow slips away from the spirit's expression in an instant. It is replaced by one of utter composure and elegance. The spirit applauds you.
Excellent, God-woken. You showed true finesse in your actions. What I would have given to have had you as a pupil previously. But perhaps there's still time for one last lesson. True finesse requires dedication, however. Sacrifice. In order to receive my aid, some other area of study must suffer a little.
The spirit's composure gives way to a flash of anger. She spits out a name.
Lucian. Our finest pupil, the Divine himself, came to us here under the guise of friendship. Then at this very table, he poisoned us. Oh, I won't pretend to know why. The Divine answers to no one. Either way, he seemed intent on sabotaging the path of his successors. But now you are here, God-woken. And that means there's still hope. Will you accept my help?
You pause. Lucian was the Divine. Why would he want to harm anyone in the Academy, from where his successor ought to rise?
Even an assassin like myself recoils from a divine rejoicing in slaughter.
To rule is to be ruthless when the occasion calls for it. The occasion simply must have called.
The Divine killed far more than God-woken. He wasn't worthy of the name.
The spirit of a dwarf gives you an incongruously cheery smile, given his circumstances.
Who do we have here? A new God-woken. Why, what a pleasure it is to meet you. Just as I suspected. A well-developed constitution and a strong sense of charm. Well done. Your skills will stand you in good stead, I'm sure. But there's always room for improvement, I'm sure you'll agree. My, condition limits what I can do for you, but I'm sure I can manage one final lesson. Be warned, though. There's an opportunity cost in self-improvement. What you gain in Constitution will likely be lost from elsewhere. Intelligence, I would assume.
God-woken. It has been too long. My hope was dwindling. Tell me, do you have your wits about you for the trials to come? Here, it is greater than the gods, yet also more evil than the void. The poor have it, the rich need it, and if you eat it, you will die. What is it? You ought to have studied more. Measures must be taken to bring you up to speed. One last lesson to sharpen those dull wits of yours. But be warned, equal mastery in all skills is nigh on impossible. This lesson in wits will require a sacrifice, a degree of your constitution.
Godwoken, come, come, time is short. Let's see how you measure up. Good. Very good. Normally I would test my pupil's acumen here, but I can sense that yours is well developed. An educator's intuition, let's say. There's always room for improvement, however, and I believe I can muster one final lesson. Intellect and reasoning come before all, of course. You must sacrifice an amount of learning in some other area in order to glean what I have to offer. Your sense of finesse. A fair bargain. True intelligence in exchange for a degree of sociability. Do you accept? Philistine.
The spirit of a dwarf woman scowls at you like you dealt her some grave insult while she was alive.
Godwoken, you have no right to be here. Leave!
The spirit sighs and shakes her head.
Terrible. It is you who is lacking authority, Godwoken. A lesson is in order, I think. Now, I may be able to steel you a little more in preparation for the trials to come. Improving your authority will cause your strength to suffer, however. That is the cost of molding yourself into a true leader.
The spirit of a dwarf woman scowls at you like you dealt her some grave insult while she was alive.
Godwoken, you have no right to be here. Leave!
The spirit's scowl gives way to a roll of her eyes and an exasperated sigh.
Just what was that? Where's your sense of authority, Godwoken? You can't expect to defend the world against... A lesson is in order, I think. Now, I may be able to... Improving your authority will...
The spirit of a robed woman casts a critical eye over you.
You're an impressive specimen, Godwoken. I can always spot when a pupil has put effort into developing their strength. Bravo! But there's always room for improvement. Say the word, and I will do what I can to bolster your strength even further. There is a price, unfortunately. To excel at one skill is to neglect another. Improving your strength will sap your wits. Do you accept?
A flat circle of polished black obsidian. The mirror is pretty. It had magic once, but now it's a mirror and nothing more. A flat circle of polished...
Perhaps we can harness its power somehow.
Automaton still and silent before you. A faint glow pulsates from within its chest cavity, dormant perhaps. A compartment in the side of the contraption appears to be empty. There's a part missing. The capacitor sparks and fizzles. Then, the pulsating light begins circulating throughout the automaton. It rises. The automaton looms above you. A lone, glowing eye takes you in dispassionately.
A fresh God-woken, ready for induction. Very good. I am here to serve. I am the Seneschal. I serve the Academy, both those who teach and those who come to learn, like you. Allow me to show you. The Academy exists to help unveil the divine from amongst the Godwoken.
The Sensual falls silent for a long moment, as if processing this question is quite taxing on its cognitive faculties.
It seems I was interfered with. My power supply was removed through force. The perpetrator is unclear. Inactivity has caused further damage. I cannot access my full faculties. Unfortunate, but I shall help you however possible. You must enter the temple, then prove yourself in the Arena of the One. Godwoken should usually be able to pass freely. Whoever tampered with me may have interfered with the Academy in other ways. Apologies, Godwoken. I trust you will be able to overcome any difficulties. It's quite simple. Defeat all others. Attend to your studies.
I can't make heads nor tails of this.
I can understand this reads, "In the footsteps of the Eternals." But what that means remains to be seen.
Looks like a library. Books. How thrilling.
If you want anything
You are
written-
Leonard Rawle. You are a Godwoken and a thief. You keep your secrets well, even from yourself. You are Leonard Rawle, Godwoken, thief. If you can't earn a place in Lucian's shadow, you're going to steal it. You think you'll find advantage in the Forbidden Library. But first you have to steal the keys. Your tutors have one each, but you can't risk getting caught. You'd earn yourself a trip to the Chancellor's chamber, one from which you suspect you would not return. Your best friend, Redulus, was your rival. You knew that he was weak. You made sure the Chancellor knew it too. And while your friend was in the Chancellor's secret room, you stole the capacitor from the Chancellor's own table. But then you heard a noise. You heard the sound of your best friend's murder. You fled. You hid the capacitors you had taken and set out to steal the rest. You were lurking here, plotting, when you were overtaken with a sense of love. You felt at peace. You felt Lucian's hand on your shoulder. You did not feel the sword blade enter your back. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for the spirit source. This yearning is not yours, but it demands satisfaction. The hunger dies away. For
I must check on the Chancellor. I must check on the Chancellor.
I think I'm missing something here.
I must check on the Chancellor.
The spirit of a rather old man dodders around, seemingly oblivious to the condition of the room. He turns and offers you a genial smile.
Ah, a new student. I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm just about to close the gallery for the evening. You'll have to return in the morning. I am Master Trelly, curator of the gallery. I'll be here at your service, of course, as you carry out your studies. But there's time for that yet. I'm closing for the night, as I said. Oh, come now. Surely you must have heard of the gallery. That's the repository for the God-woken tomes. All the powers that a God-woken needs are documented in these tomes. The gallery is the most important part of the whole academy, as far as I'm concerned. I will not allow it to be disrespected.
The ghost frowns with confusion, then wags a reprimanding finger at you.
You're new, so I won't report your insolence. But you had better learn some manners if you hope to make use of the gallery. I will not allow it to be...
I think I'm missing something here.
Come on now, back to the students' hall. There'll be plenty of time for you to explore the gallery tomorrow.
Elegant and intelligent-looking lizard. She gives you a haughty look, then turns away. A hunger rises deep within you. The hunger dies away. She gives you the haughty look once more, then turns away. A hunger rises. The hunger dies away.
I think I'm missing something here.
Now, which one came next? Ha! Yes.
I think I'm missing something here. Ow! I think I'm missing something here.
Her memories flow into you as water to a stream. You are Tarian Grey, you are God-woken, but you will not be divine. You know this because you are in love with a colleague and rival. You are in love with Redulus, and he is in love with you. You have agreed to leave the Academy together, but now Redulus is missing. Redulus went to see the Chancellor, and you have not seen him since. You're on your way to the Chancellor's chambers when a man's voice calls your name. Lucian the Divine cups your chin, and a gentle pain stabs your heart. Lucian smiles at you, and then is gone, and you worry so for Redless. Believing it comes from her own mind, she realizes the truth. She was murdered by Lucian the Divine. Redless too must be dead, or he would have come for her by now. She bows her head and cries. She knows Redless went to see the Chancellor in his chambers. She did not know that Lucian was already there. She weeps.
Good. Very good. Now back to the study. Come on now. Back to the students.
The ghost's memories slip easily into your mind. His name is Candor, and he thinks he's ready to ascend. He thinks he can be God-woken, ready to step up should Lucian lose the war. He's wrong. He'll die. He did die before he even made it to the Chancellor to ask for permission to fight in the Arena of the One. And what's more, he was murdered. You are Candor, and you are, you believe, ready to step up. Your tutors disagree, but you want the Chancellor to hear your case. Instead, you find a man you've never met, a great and powerful sorcerer. And as his shadow falls upon you, you realize that this is Lucian the Divine himself. He gives you a smile of the utmost benevolence and grace, and you realize, as Candor, that you are far from ready. You turn and flee towards the library to warn your tutors, but Lucian is too fast. He cuts you down. You're Candor the God-woken, dead by the hand of the Divine. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for his source. This yearning is not yours, but it demands satisfaction. The hunger dies away.
what came next. Ah, yes.
I think I'm missing something here. I think I'm missing something here.
Very good. Very good. Now back to the study.
I think I'm missing something here.
Ow! I think I'm missing something here.
I must check
I
on
think
the
I'm missing
chancellor.
something here.
You are Leonard Rawle. You are a Godwoken and a thief. You keep your secrets well.
I'm missing something here.
I must check on the chancellor.
His memory comes to you like a hound to its master. Your name is Redless, and you are Godwoken. But you know that you can never be divine. You are in love with Tarion, your rival, and that love makes you weak. You hear rumors of a god king who would free you to be with Tarion. You seek the Chancellor's knowledge of this king, but when you find the Chancellor, he lies dead. A figure stands over him. Lucian, the great divine. He smiles at you and bids you approach him. He lays a hand upon your shoulder, and his blade slices your gut. As you fall, poor Redless, you know that you will never see your Tarion again. Redless awakens as if from a daze. He takes what would have been a breath, were he still alive, and... The lovers stare into each other's eyes, together at last. Tarion registers your presence for the first time. She smiles at you in gratitude. Redulus gives you a nod of acknowledgement. You know they'll leave now for the Hall of Echoes. They turn to each other.
Welcome to the Forbidden Library. Do not fear the truth, though it smash your world to pieces. Do not fear the truth about the gods. The gods destroy what they have made. You think them cruel, but they are not. They own us, and will do with us what they must.
A thought arrives from deep within, a single word. Lies.
Redulus sought the secrets of the gods. Redulus sought the God King, and Redulus died at Lucian's hand.
Hunger rises deep within you. You, or the thing inside you, wants his source so badly you can taste it. The hunger died. You feel lightheaded. The gods now seem like tyrants, feeding upon their worshippers' source, like their cattle raised to be slaughtered.
Gods have a different vantage point from our own. Perhaps their actions will prove to be quite justified should we know their true reasons.
One can't but feel somewhat taken aback by being treated as no more than a pawn, especially when one's the king on the board. strange device. So this is it. The Temple of the One.
At last, this journey is almost done.